Hey everyone, you're listening to Nerd Boys Comic Book Podcast. I'm Marco.
And I'm Andrea.
And we aren't talking about comics today, we're going to talk about Steven Universe, specifically Stephen Bomb 6.
But they do have comics.
They do have comics about Steven Universe, yes. So just want to get into this right now, talking about all the episodes. What was it? Lion 4?
Lion 4, Dug Out, The Good Lars, and Are You My Dad?
And I Am My Mom. And the last one was Stuck Together. Ooh. Stuck Together is the secret super episodes, but we'll get into that at the end.
Mm-hmm.
First, let's talk about Lion 4, alternate ending.
I thought it was an interesting episode. I mean, mostly because we discovered, another name to Steven, if he was to be of a different gender.
Yes. Brief synopsis real quick. Just Steven, he's overanalyzing all of his mom's tapes, everything. He's trying to find a clue about his destiny, his greater gem destiny. And Lion coughs up a key.
Magical destiny key.
It's a magical destiny key that looks like a keyblade. He thinks this is all connected. He thinks it might be tied to the chest that's inside Lion. He just goes on all these fan theories. He has a little bit of a fan theory about his own life. Lion leads him to this big temple, which is actually just a ruined temple, finds a tape called For Nora, and Steven's like, oh my gosh, gives it to his father Greg. They play it on the VCR. It's the exact same message that he has on his tape, and Greg explains, yeah, we just didn't know if you're going to be a boy or a girl. We have one that says Steven, one that says Nora. We brought it down to those two names, and your mom really doesn't have a destiny for you. It's just...
Your destiny is to live your own life.
Yeah, basically. You're not supposed to be a great leader. You're just supposed to be a kid right now.
Yeah.
You're a human being. That's what you're supposed to do. And that's a pretty chill message.
It really was. But I like how the episode, starts off with Steven rewatching his mom's video, and he's, taking notes. You see how her face changes when she says this? Or, she's really specific on this one word.
Yeah, if you take the first letters of each sentence, it comes out as... Or maybe I'm supposed to go back to Asia?
Korea?
And it's as crazy as fans are about theorizing about stuff, this is to the extent they go to.
Yeah.
And Steven was tapping into that a little bit, but I liked it. It was funny.
Yeah. I like how Steven gets thrown off a little bit when he brings the video to his dad, and his dad reacts like it's nothing. And he's just like, whoa, what? He's like, why aren't you freaking out? How have you... Wait.
What's going on here? And he explains it.
Yeah.
At first he thinks, I'm
my sister and my mom.
What kind of destiny is this?
Would you watch a TV show that would be called Nora Universe?
Not as ringy as Steven Universe, but I'm surprised they didn't call her Rebecca, because,
Rebecca Universe? Oh!
Because Steven is named after Rebecca's brother. It would make sense that Rebecca would be the name of Steven's sister.
What if Rebecca has a middle name, Nora?
Oh, maybe. We don't know that. We actually don't know that much about the crew.
Yeah.
But do you want to just move on to Dug Out?
Dug Out, yeah. A really nice play on words there, because Connie's dad's name is Doug.
Yes. Which I didn't know that until this episode. I don't know if I just missed that or what was going on there.
Yeah.
But we find out he works for, freelance security.
Yeah.
And he's doing a job at Funland because apparently someone's been breaking in at night.
Who would break into Funland? And why?
Well, this episode kind of explains that. They have a stakeout, and it's pretty chill. Steven and Connie, they dress up like Mario and Carmen Sandiego.
Of course, they use different names.
It's Peter Pizzapopoulos and Veronica Cucamonga, or something like that.
Yeah. But, that episode was an interesting episode. I mean, it felt a lot like when we first met more about Connie's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was, that weird, eerie feeling, but it was, nice to get to know the parents a little bit more, but there's also some information at the end.
A little bit of information.
Yeah.
They're not fighting a gem monster, or are they? They think there's a gem monster, but it turns out it might have just been Onion, and he broke into Funland, but at the very end of the episode, they leave Onion alone, and he gets abducted by two shadowy figures.
Mm-hmm.
And those might be homeworld gems. And it rolls into the next episode, The Good Lars.
Yeah. The Good Lars, which is about Lars' baking skills and his love for baking and his love for...
something else. The Good Lars. It was... The cool kids invite Lars and Sadie and Steven to a potluck. because that's what adults do, and they're gonna do it because it'll be funny. And Steven and Sadie think that Lars should bake a cake for the potluck because they just found out he's really good at baking. And Lars secretly has this big family recipe, and he's gonna make, was it taro ube?
Yeah, it was a sweet potato ube.
Sweet potato.
Yeah.
Lars is really embarrassed by the fact that he can bake, even though he works at a donut shop.
I don't understand why you would be embarrassed about being able to bake. Even if you are male or female, whatever gender you choose to be, or anything, if you know how to bake or cook, I'm definitely inviting you all the time to, like, every single time I have, like, a potluck or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very cool skill to have, and Lars just seems...
like, insecure about it. I don't understand. I mean, like, you'd be a cool kid with that kind of ability, like that kind of talent.
Yeah, no one else knows how to make food.
Right?
Everyone else
ordered pizza.
Yeah, they had pizza, or they brought fruit, or whatever.
DJ.
Yeah, they brought the tunes.
Nobody brought food. It was just like a gathering without food.
Yeah, I mean, Kiki brought pizza, but she makes pizza at work.
Yeah.
It's like them bringing donuts. It wouldn't have been a potluck. But Lars chickens out at the last minute, throws his cake in the trash. Steven can't find him. They assume he ran away, but twist, they were abducted. Lars and Sadie get abducted by the aliens. I thought it was pretty funny how Sadie, she says to Steven, like, I always imagined Lars hanging out with cool kids. I never thought I would get in with them too.
Right? Like, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, girl, you're already pretty cool. Like, you don't need these other cool kids to feel like, oh, this is a special moment for me. I'm like, no, you're pretty cool on your own. You can sing, you have a good job, you have a kick-ass mom.
Yeah. And you have a horror movie thing, which is awesome.
Yeah, right? I mean, like, her character is, like, pretty normal, but pretty great at the same time. Like, we can all relate to her.
Yeah. And then that rolls into the next episode, which is Are You My Dad?
Yeah. That's I thought it was pretty cool that it's called Are You My Dad? Because every time I kept hearing that sound, I was like, are you my dad? But it also made me realize after watching this episode that things could have gone horribly wrong for the girl, the gem aquamarine, asking everybody, are you my dad? Like, at any point, she could have actually picked up a random creepy person.
Yeah, I've been like, yeah, I'm your dad.
But anyways, so this whole episode is basically all of Steven's friends are getting taken away. Like, they're disappearing, and he doesn't know what's going on, who's taking them. So Connie and him go on in this, like, adventure trying to figure out where Steven's friends have gone. But Steven's like, oh, I know why they took them, because they're, like, the best friends ever.
Yeah. I mean, you got the mailman, he's missing, Lars, Sadie, Onion. Sadie's mom is even looking for them, and she's like, I'll get you, sweetie. Mama's coming for you. Which is pretty funny. And then you had Sour Cream putting up flyers for Onion, and it's just his wanted poster, but now it says missing.
Yeah. I never noticed that. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny. But I like how at that point Steven's like, did you check this place? Did you check the weird part in the forest with the wooden log? He's like, yeah, that place. Oh yeah. Have you checked his secret room? Oh, you mean his office? Yeah.
I checked there twice.
But the whole point was, like, at this point, Steven and Connie are, like, getting really antsy that they don't have any information. And then suddenly we see a gem.
Yes, and it's Aquamarine. She's got a gem for Teardrop. It's really weird, and she looks, like, so innocent.
She looks like she can kill people, though.
Yeah, she looks innocent at first, and she's like, are you my dad? It's like, no, I'm not your dad, I'm Connie, but we can find your dad. It's like, I'm not looking for your dad, I'm looking for my dad. And it's like, what? And it's like, oh, you're Connie? Hey, Topaz, I found Connie. Or a Connie. And Topaz shows up, and it's a fusion that actually has everyone inside of it already. Mm-hmm. And this gem fusion has been kind of absorbing the humans into it, so they could take it back to Homeworld. Mm-hmm. And Steven's wondering, why are they taking all my friends? And that's the cliffhanger for the episode, and it goes into the next one, which is I Am My Mom.
Yeah. And
all the crystal gems are like, an aquamarine and a topaz here, this is gonna suck. And they're wondering, why your friends though? Out of like the entire planet, why Beach City and why your friends? Steven says, because my friends are the best. But then they find out it's actually because of his report to Peridot. He told Peridot in season 1 about a few humans. He said, my dad, Lars, Sadie, Connie, the mailman, Onion, I think. So that gave the gems specific types of humans to look for, even though humans don't come in types, they come in every variety. There's like, you're whatever your name is, listener.
Yeah.
But the point is, Steven is responsible for his friends getting taken away, and he feels really bad for that. So he says, I'm my dad, and I'm also Rose Quartz. He gives the name my dad, so they think that he is that kind of gem or human.
No, I think at first he tells them, I am my dad, so just take me with you.
Yeah.
But then later on, he's like, I can't let you take all my friends. So he eventually tells them, I am my mom. I am the Rose Quartz. Take me, leave my friends. They're like, oh, wait, you said you were your dad and now you are your mom? Screw it, we're taking you because you're Rose Quartz, ditching all your friends behind.
Yes, and this big gem topaz, which looks like a stand and is really cool. They absorb Steven and also Lars, who was at one point on the ship, tried to run away but hid on the ship and was a total coward when Sadie needed him the most.
He ditched her.
Like he always does.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a big bummer on their relationship.
I feel like a lot of he's gonna go through a lot in the next episodes, the next Steven bomb. But like once he gets there, he's gonna actually try and work the relationship through with Sadie. Yeah. And that is going to be a huge, heavy relief for me. Because I love them. Well, I love Sadie.
Yeah. I mean, Lars is kind of like, he needs to pull his head out of his ass and actually build up some courage.
Yeah.
And self-esteem.
But that's teenagers for you.
Yeah, that is teenagers. We were all one of them once. And I'm glad we aren't anymore. But let's go into Stuck Together, which is the final episode of this bomb, kind of.
Yeah. So it starts off with Aquamarine being like super excited that she actually gets to take the Rose Quartz to the gems. She doesn't explain whether we're going to Homeworld or a certain base, if it's yellows or blue diamonds. I don't remember specifically like an actual location. She just says we have to get there. But the thing is, there's a malfunction in the engine. So she sends Topaz with both Steven and Lars inside of Topaz. So Topaz goes down to fix the engine. And then we get hit with a nice speech, kind of like sentimental speech between Steven and Lars.
Yeah, Lars is like, I can't be this person you think I am. I can't do the things that you do, Steven. You're so brave all the time. And Steven's like, I'm scared right now, Lars. I'm like the most scared I've ever been because I'm about to face the diamonds and they think I did this thing that I never did because Rose, my mother, did this and I'm not her, but I am her and it's confusing.
Yeah.
And Lars is like, I'll stop being an asshole for like 2 seconds. And
like,
Topaz.
Because he's a little kid. This is a little kid. Well, a young teenager.
Yeah.
And then there's Lars, who's probably older than him, right? Maybe 4 years?
Yeah, well, no.
Probably 3.
They're close to the same age since Steven's like 14.
14, right?
Lars is probably like 16. But earlier in the bomb, Lars had asked Steven, when did you get so mature?
Right.
It's like, sometime between summoning my shield and like getting abducted by space aliens.
I wonder if that's going to be like a line that he's going to tell Sadie when Sadie asks, when'd you get so mature? So somewhere between getting kidnapped and fighting a homeworld gem.
Something like that. That'd be nice.
That'd be an interesting.
A little throwback. I'll call back.
Yeah.
But anyway, Topaz, she's really moved by this big speech. Well, not really speech, but this back and forth between Steven and Lars. And
she
Topaz...
starts crying.
Yes, she's like, Topaz understands because Topaz wouldn't know what to do without Topaz. I never get to tell her. And it's funny because it's a fusion between two of the same type of gem.
And they're talking to each other, but inside of each other.
Yes, and it really shows that fusions really do develop this kind of relationship, this connection.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it with Garnet all the time, but you never really see it with like the rubies. You didn't really see it with the rubies, but now you're seeing with these two topazes that fuse together.
I feel like you do see it a little bit in the rubies. Mostly, it's just their ultimate emotion is like frustration and anger.
Yeah, but also they don't really fuse that often because they only fuse like twice.
When there's a major situation.
In a battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Topaz and Topaz are always fused. Yeah. Because they have to collect beings within them.
Yeah, it seems like they're always on a mission to gather. They're collecting, they're like bounty hunters almost.
But it also reveals that she doesn't like doing any of this. So this could actually lead to some complications in the future. Like she might actually end up assisting Steven and Lars.
Yes,
because
maybe.
she talks about it, she's like, I don't like doing these things, but they send me off on these missions.
And she even tries to free Lars. She's like, well, your friend can go, but we have to bring you Rose, like, obviously. And Aquamarine kind of steps in on that and walks in on the big escape.
And I like how Topaz is like, oh, Aquamarine, this isn't what it looked like. There was a whole speech. You should have been there.
This isn't a mutiny at all. I'm just trying to help them out. Ugh.
Yeah, but I like how intense it got to a certain point. I almost forgot about this, that she actually goes and grabs one of the
Destabilizers?
yeah, and like grabs Aquamarine and was ready to like pop her.
Yeah, she was ready to poof her, and that would have been a big mistake for her.
But Aquamarine, I guess maybe because of her status, like just like the other gem that was on Blue Diamond's zoo place. Do you remember? I forget the gem's name.
She has a super complicated name.
Yeah, but she said like she has it on the back of her head.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and she's the one that where
Agate.
yeah, where Sapphire and Ruby like tell her like, you don't really want to tell the diamonds that you got bested by us, right? So I feel like that's Aquamarine's. Like the blue diamonds probably have that kind of feeling where they have to be superior.
Yeah.
Or like, we won't talk about this. So I get my position and you still stay in your position and you don't get separated.
Yeah, but I also feel like this is that kind of society where they'll just keep those two separated.
Yeah.
So they'll want to be back together and help out Steven and Lars in the next bomb, which is going to be coming out Memorial Day.
Which we have 3 other episodes besides Stuck Together, The Trial, Off Colors, and Lars' Head.
Lars' Head. It's a weird title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Is he gonna
The
lose his
titles
head?
don't give enough information. I mean, like, The Trial seems pretty, like, already, like, out there. Like, we can already guess what's gonna happen. Off Colors just seems something like Steven actually erasing a lot of, like, things. Like, things are gonna go crazy on this episode. And then Lars' Head.
Yes.
Like, is it gonna be, like, inside Lars' head? Could it be, like, when Steven was inside Kiki's head?
Well, he was already inside Lars.
That's true!
He was in his body that one time.
You're right. Oh my goodness. What could he do? Do you think he could still have the abilities? Would he be able to show his baking talents and win them over with that?
Yeah, he'd go inside. Well, it's Lars' talent. Maybe they could work together inside Lars' body.
Or there could be that fusion that we were talking about.
Maybe stars.
Stars.
Yeah, the fan theory is that Steven and Lars will fuse and break out together.
I already feel I hear so many fan fictions, I see so many fan art, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm not ready. No.
Just delete that from your brain.
You're going too far.
Yep.
Maybe not far enough. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but for all you non-US people, that's actually May 29th?
Yeah.
Yep, Memorial Day at 7. So you'll probably be able to watch it online the next day or something like that.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, if they don't release it early like they have every, like, past 2 bombs lately.
Yeah, like, Stuck Together came out a little bit too early.
Yeah.
But it does connect with the follow-up of the last episode, which is I Am My Mom. And then it kind of leaves you at a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Which they are good at.
They're pretty good at the cliffhangers.
But I find it interesting, a cliffhanger on the first episode of season 5.
Yeah. So, are we kind of done here? What's going on?
I think so.
I think that's going to be it for now.
We explained to you the current episodes, we explained the next episodes, and kind of what we might expect, but some of it was just kind of goofing around.
Yeah. So, that's it for this Steven Bomb. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks for the next one. I'm Marco.
And I'm Andrea.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye!